But go ahead, Greg. Go ahead.
No, I was just going to say, of the people that you're talking about here, Jalen Duran, Walker Kessler, if you're getting two of these, which two of these would you think would be the best that could actually fit if you actually bring them in? Would Jalen Duran and Peyton Watson, is that your best overall? If you're going to go to LeBron and AR to take less money, which two?
Yes. If you're telling me they can afford them both,
right.
I would, of the restricted guys, I think Jalen Duran has more upside than Walker Kessler. I think Walker Kessler is just okay offensively. He's limited. I think Jalen Duran, despite his challenges this postseason, people forget, man, Jalen Duran is only 22 years old too.
Yeah.
I know he looks like he's 30, just based on the way his body is. But he is a young guy. He's 22 years old. He's been in the league since he was 19 or 18 actually. He was 18. And it he's got so much growth to do professionally, emotionally, mentally, skill-wise. To me, he's got a much higher ceiling than Walker Kessler.
Yeah, your point about him is right on. I mean, this guy's been in the NBA since he was drafted in 22, and today in 26, he's only 22 years old.
Crazy.
So you got a guy that may have played a year at Memphis, but in reality,
he was
he's
17.
He's like a little kid.
Yeah.
You talk about a guy who's got growth potential because you got a body that's 6'10", 250, and you're 22 years old.
He is built like an Adonis.
Yeah, and you're 4 years or whatever it is into your career.
Right.
And you're a baby. I mean, you know how we all talked about the Spurs? Look at these guys, 22, 21, 20. Look how young they are.
He's in that same category.
He's 22 years old, and he's a 4-year vet.
Right. I would agree with that, yes.
So I like this notion of Jalen Duran.
He's the same age as Wemby, and he's been in the league a year longer.
Mm-hmm. So Jalen Duran is an interesting name to add to this roster.
Now, listen, the Lakers will not be the only team interested in Jalen Duran, including his own team, the Detroit Pistons, right? But there'll be a number of teams that will be interested in him. But, yes, Greg, if you're asking me if I could put my the perfect team together, if I can add two players of the list of restricted free agents, it would be Jalen Duran and Peyton Watson.
Right, so they would fit best alongside AR and Luka, right?
And LeBron,
yes, obviously. But those two have to then take less. We're talking about he has to probably go all the way down to the $15 million.
Who?
LeBron would have to go all the way down to the $15 million.
No, he does not have to do that.
So okay,
you're not bringing back Hachimura in that scenario.
Okay, so no Hachimura, probably no Luke Kennard.
Well, you either want you can't have Hachimura and those guys. That's not possible. And you know what? You led me right to where I wanted to go anyway.
Okay, good.
Good job, Bergie.
Good job, Bergie.
Way to go, Berg.
The rest of last year's roster, okay? The Lakers are interested in retaining Marcus Smart and sharpshooter Luke Kennard, sources told ESPN, okay? They believe that Rui's probably gone. Not saying that it's a definitive, but they believe that Hachimura could be the odd man out, and he could end up somewhere else.
So when you just said that they can't have Rui and go out and get some of these other guys.
And get two guys in free agency and retain Marcus Smart and Luke Kennard?
Yeah.
No.
Well, listen, no offense to Rui. I like Rui, and I think we've talked about his three-point shooting in the postseason. So a fan, like Rui, think he's a good teammate, think he's been good since he joined the Lakers. But really what we're saying is you're upgrading not just the center position, but you're also upgrading that wing player position that Rui plays, right? I mean, you're just, hey, Rui, we love you. You're great, but we're trying to upgrade.
Peyton Watson is a more well-rounded player. While I don't believe he's as good a shooter as Rui, Peyton Watson is a more well-rounded player. I think he's a much better – I shouldn't even say much. I think he's a better defender, okay? I think he has more wiggle room to his offensive game than Rui has.
Peyton Watson is also, just as we're talking about Jalen Duran, this is a kid who's 23 years old and was also drafted in 2022.
But by the way, Peyton Watson is a good three-point shooter. Has turned into one, let's call it that. But again, more well-rounded offensively, better defender. He's a better player than Rui.
He's also younger, and so I keep saying to you, it's a young man's game. Look at San Antonio. Look at how the Knicks are kind of all in their late 20s and in their primes. This is a kid, Peyton Watson, who's been in the NBA since 2022.
Went to Long Beach Poly.
And he's only 23
UCLA?
years old.
Yeah, I know UCLA, but
23 years old. That's it. So if you could get a Jalen Duran, who's 22, who's already got 4 years in the NBA, and you can get a Peyton Watson, who's 23, who's already got 4 years in the NBA, how much better are you making the roster from just a youth perspective? You're talking about 4-year vets that are 22 and 23 years old.
Correct.
These would be nice additions to the team.
Yes.
These would be nice additions. This would lower the average age of the Lakers a lot.
Right, and in this case, you could still probably bring back Marcus Smart and Luke Kennard.
Yeah, the thing with Watson, too, like Bobby Marks wrote about it, said that he has a potential of 4 years, 90. Some people said maybe he could go to 100, but he's restricted. So does Denver want to match that, or does Denver sign and trade with him?
Denver's in a bit of a conundrum, too, right? Like they're also up against it, financially.
That'll put him in the second apron.
Yeah, so they're right. So he may not be able to stay, because they chose to pay, understandably so, Christian Brown, in previous years. So, like that's it. Like they may not be able to keep him.
Well, that would be a real listen. I'm looking for younger. I'm looking for more athletic. I'm looking for guys who can play some defense.
Those guys would fit the mold.
That's
Watson.
Well, that's that. Listen, when you've got Luka and you've got Austin Reaves and you've got LeBron going into his 24th year and turning 42 years old, you better get some young, aggressive, hungry, athletic dudes. And these guys, again, 4-year vets who are 22 and 23 years old, that sounds like now you're building for the future when you got 22 and 23-year-old kids combined with Luka and Austin Reaves. And
well,
at
it's
least
what
just
I
for this
told.
year, LeBron.
But here's the thing.
Tell me.
You
Tell
were
me the thing.
I tried to tell you, you can do both. Like, you can do this and retain LeBron. And you were like, no, you can't retain LeBron. Blah, 41, 42, yeah. Blah, blah, blah. And it's like, you can do this. If you play your cards right, you could potentially make all of that work. You can build a team with LeBron on it that has younger, athletic players who are veterans, who can continue to grow and have room to grow and have not hit their ceiling. And you build a team that can win with LeBron, Austin, and Luka, and a team that is also still on the path to winning when LeBron is gone. You can do that. You have to thread a needle, but you can. It is possible.
Now, Cap, before you respond, I want to say this.
Tell us.
Sedano's little impersonation there of you is going to run 100 million times this summer because I'm working on Lakers offseason, the biggest offseason in history promos. Yeah. So make your reply really good here because it's going to live for the next 2 months in promos.
But did you not say all that?
Well, wait a second. Did you just say, and then you stuck your tongue out at the very last end of it?
Yes.
You went, Yeah. Okay. I just wanted to make sure that I because that's a language I get. Okay, that is I understand what you were saying.
You were hemming and hawing, screaming to the heavens that you cannot build a team with youth and athleticism with LeBron on this team.
Well, they haven't yet, have they?
Well, but what I said to you is there was a path, and you believed that was impossible.
Well, if you tell me you can get two players, one is an A-list caliber center, and one is a guy who's a 4-year vet at 23 years old, who's already seen the NBA Finals and has already been part of a championship caliber team, and you can get that kind of a young guy, I'm all for it. All I'm saying is, hey, Rob Pelinka, you got a game plan. Now go execute it. Let's see what you can actually really do.
Now it's on the organization, the front office, to execute the plan. The path is there.
And if Luka was promised that the summer of 26 is the summer where we build for the future, where we're going to compete against a very young San Antonio team, we're going to eventually compete against a young, already championship caliber Oklahoma City team. Hey, Rob, guess what? Go do it. Go prove it. Go show everybody what you got. Because we can all see, and I'll keep saying the same thing, it doesn't take a genius to figure out what this Laker team needs when you watch San Antonio or Oklahoma City, or even in some cases Denver or Minnesota or any of these other teams. We can all see what this team needs. Go make it happen.
Oh, Rackham. That was pretty good. That's going to be in the promo.
Not bad.
Rack him.
It's all right.
So listen,
I think the
there
pressure
is
was